Powerful collaborations, cutting-edge science, and curious minds coming together for a glimpse of the future. Stay tuned as we look at the latest updates on some of the most promising technology projects. In this episode, we talk about a new project called DECODER, a 36-month effort which intends to streamline software development by building a smarter work environment for software coders. Hello and welcome. I'm Peter Ballant, and today we are joined in our studio by Armand Puccetti, Cidad, and Virgile Prevosto to talk about DECODER. They are working together on this new project which just kicked off. We'll start off with Armand Puccetti. Can you tell us what the general goal of DECODER is? What do you hope to achieve?
DECODER aims at improving even further the development environment for engineers who produce critical applications. We will provide these engineers with the capabilities of mastering more data about a given project since the early stages of such projects. Indeed, it comes up and that in many situations the informal data is left aside in these projects and is not really used anymore afterwards. And the situation is worse when engineers come into a project. New engineers come into a project and are in charge of some maintenance task. They need help, and they need help to understand what has been done, how it has been done, with what material it has been done. Therefore, DECODER will enable these engineers to use tools that formalize or that provide them formalizations of informal material. We call this knowledge about a project.
So it's safe to say that we're sort of bringing everybody on the same level here. We're improving the language that is used in the field of software development.
Yes, basically that's it. The languages are one of the core components of software development. Language express at different levels what the application does, how it is to be done, and what's the behavior and the expected behavior of such applications. Languages are core parts of development activities. Languages are supported by tools that express things in these languages and that can be checked.
So how does this happen? We have a pretty good feel for the project already, but how does this happen that somebody says, hey, we need to really look at the language being used, we need to improve software development methods, and we need perhaps some government backing for this. We need this project. Who makes that decision?
Research centers drive research and decide which is the direction to take to improve the situation and to build original results and therefore make progress, especially in the applied research sectors. We decided to set up these sorts of projects because we felt that this is the way to go, and therefore we asked the European Commission for funding and set up such proposals.
Your job as technical leader for DECODER, what does that entail?
The job entails a lot of human and technical activities. Human activities means that we make sure that the teams works coherently in the right direction to achieve interesting, novel results. And these results are in line with the plans, more or less in line with the plans that we set up initially. Research, of course, can take little different directions with respect to initial plans, and this is normal. My job also, therefore, consists in ensuring the technical consistency of the project, that people do important things, necessary things, and original things that are in line with the objectives, namely security and safety of connected objects in this case.
Okay. And part of the project description reads, increase productivity by means of new languages that improve the situation by abstractions of the formalisms used today for requirements analysis. I see the word abstractions. this makes me think that something is less clear instead of more clear. When something is less clear, it becomes more abstract. So in software development, does abstractions have a different meaning?
It has a relatively different meaning. Abstraction means that we are raising the level of description to a higher level without losing the meaning nor the details of the thing that has been abstracted away. Programming and software engineering globally went forward and did progress through abstractions. When new programming language came into the programming domain, it was because they were more abstract and allowed to express things better with a stronger semantic and with complex and more capable constructs. Here we continue in the same vein because we will invent new languages to abstract away from the existing ones and raise the level of description to be capable to be more productive. More abstraction means more productivity globally.
Now, when you talk to somebody who is not a technical person at all, and you have to explain to them what this project is about, is there some end result or some benefit to the average person that you can point out?
Yes. The benefit of this project will be a higher security and more trust in connected objects that we are using and we will be using in our common life at home or elsewhere, as well as trust in these sort of objects in the professional environment.
So when you say connected devices, you're talking about basically what other people call the Internet of Things?
Yes, that's it. Exactly.
Okay. And for you, what does success look like in this project?
Success means for me to satisfy the client, which is the European Commission, and to reach the objectives that we set out initially. Research projects often set objectives that are non-trivial, sometimes hard to reach, and we will be successful if we reach these objectives and if we will be capable of developing tools to implement the solutions for these objectives. This is our satisfaction. Of course, we will produce some research papers as well to disseminate the results to the scientific community. This is also part of a normal research project.
How was the kickoff meeting today? What kind of energy did you feel?
I feel positive energy in all these kickoff meetings. Partners are committed, are happy to work together, are happy to understand and learn from each other, and are happy to have some synergies between them. Partners come from all over Europe and are working and thinking differently, relatively differently, and we learn from each other to do things better. And yes, there is positive energy in all of these projects.
Now let's move on to Cidad. She's the R&D Manager for DECODER. It sounds to me like the DECODER project is an effort to make software development faster and more efficient.
That's it.
Okay, so the end result for people like me might be that things come to market more quickly, and perhaps software development could actually keep up with technology and change and be more flexible in the future. Would you agree?
Yes, I think so, that at the end we will be the users and we will have better software. Maybe they will not crash so often. And also maybe they will be better aligned with what we really need with our requirements, because this is also one of the ideas of the project.
Okay. And you say you're developing new languages. In computer development, software development, there are languages that have been used for years and years. Is this an easy thing to change the way things have been done for a long time, or are you adding on to an existing framework?
Well, it's complicated, but what we plan to do in this project is to get closer to the real language. So, for example, for the requirements, we plan to have a more easy to understand language that will help us to get the requirements, and so it will be a smooth system so that there is a smooth connection between requirements and the final code. And all the things that are around the code, like the documentation, models, and everything will be smoothly integrated. So that, for example, when there is a new person that starts in a project that is a running project, you can easily get access to all this information, understand, and also have a traceability between the requirements and the final code.
When you look at the DECODER project from the very beginning, at the point we are right now, where everyone is geared up to start, can you foresee any challenges that you might run across during the process or during the next 36 months? Can you predict what kind of challenges or setbacks you might have?
Well, in this kind of projects, we are doing research, so there is always a risk. You plan to do something that has never been done before, so maybe you could be not so successful, and maybe we will do many tests, and we will have first to get the results, and then we will have to try in different use cases. And we have committed to get productivity. We have a lot of indicators, and we have a lot of numbers that we have to reach, and we have committed the European Commission with those. So maybe if we don't reach any of them, we will have to look at our contingency plan and see what to do. Also, there are problems in this kind of projects when there is a partner that leaves, and maybe if we are not able to work as a whole, we are many partners, and we have to be coordinated. I think we are quite lucky because we have good coordinators, and I think that they are going to be controlling everything and helping us a lot. But sometimes in other projects, I've seen that it could be a problem if there is one partner that is not doing his part, or maybe if they withdraw. That's also a big issue, and you have to find a new partner that does something that maybe is very specific.
Tell us about your role in the project.
Well, I'm R&D Manager. What I do is the management of the research that we are going to do in the project, and I'm one of the partners where we are. The Universidad Politécnica de Valencia is one of the partners in the project, so I will be doing the management related with our part. It's just a small role. The researchers will be providing more efforts in the project that I will supervising, taking care of that everything goes on time, and that the budget is properly used. I will participate in the meetings, in the collaboration with the other partners, and then if we have outcomes, I will help in IPR management, that kind of work.
What kind of increases in productivity are you looking for if this project is a success?
Well, we expect to reach an increase of productivity of 20%.
Wow, that's incredible. That's a pretty rich number. Yeah.
Yes, that we have these expectations. That is the plan of the project.
Wow. Yeah. Nice.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And finally, let's speak with Virgile Prevosto. He's the technical project leader for DECODER. What does that mean exactly? What are your roles in this project?
Well, basically, as technical project leader, my main role is to ensure that everybody is doing his task in the appropriate direction, so that at the end of the project we have thought out tool and tool platform which we can show to the Commission, which is funding us, and more generally to potential users, and that they can use it as a real product they have at hand.
So if I understand this DECODER project correctly, it sounds like you're giving the opportunity for people to sort of jump in a project and maybe have a clearer view than ever before of what this project is about. So to sort of level the playing field, if you will, for software development. Just make sure everyone is on the same page.
Yes, exactly. So
okay.
This is one very important problem in software development in general. Either because you indeed have a piece of legacy software, or because you have some third-party libraries, so stuff that is available from elsewhere, and you would like to ensure that it really fits your needs. And this is not always completely clear just from the documentation or just from the source code to check that.
So this could really change things in the future. Does this mean software will be developed faster or more efficiently, or both?
Probably more efficiently, and more importantly, the main goal of the project is to have software of higher quality, or at least of the best quality for less money and less development time.
Okay. And what does success look like in this project? After 36 months, what would you hope for?
So from a technical point of view, we hope that we will be able to integrate all the tools that are at stake in the project, and that they can be used, at least by the use case providers, to obtain meaningful information on their own use cases. That will be the first sign of success. And on the longer term, we hope that it will be useful not only for the partners of the project, but more generally to any software developers facing an issue with some code that he has to understand.
Okay. And so can we say that you're actually making something? Are you building something in this project?
Yes, so of course we are not building everything from scratch. We already have tools that can perform part of the tasks we're interested in the project. And the main thing that we have to build is a common infrastructure so that these tools can give information, put information into this common infrastructure that can be retrieved by the end users, but also possibly ask for themselves for information that they are not capable to obtain by themselves, but that another tool of the platform would be able to provide.
Is there anything else you wanted to add about the project or your involvement with the project?
Well, we just had the kickoff, so which showed us that we have really various backgrounds in the project. So this is good because this allows us to dream of a really interesting platform that will enable us to provide a very important amount of information about the programs under analysis. But at the same time, it's a challenge because, of course, people have different expectations on what inputs they would have and what output that they can give. So it will be extremely important to ensure that we coordinate well together to provide in the end the best product we can build in.
Thank you all once again for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I wish you all the best for your project. See you in a few months for an update. This podcast has been brought to you by Technicon. The DECODER project has received funding from the European Union's Horizon 2020 Research and Innovation Program under Grant Agreement number 824231.